Deanne Love here, and in this week's tutorial we are doing a twin flow session that I put on my Instagram recently, and a lot of you asked for me to turn it into a tutorial, so thank you so much. There are so many different transitions in this, so I think you're really going to learn a lot from it. I have purposefully done it kind of slow, so it's very much a slow flow, but don't let that fool you because there are some really cool connections of the twin moves that are really going to help you with a ton of your other twin flow. So I am using, I think they're like 70, 80 centimeter polypro hoops. You can use any size you like. I tested it out with my other 90 centimeter polypro hoops, but you want to have relatively light hoops and they need to be the same size and weight. So grab your hoops and let's get started. All right, this is going to be a crazy one to break down, so bear with me. I'm going to break it down and talk you through each of the moves, and then we'll go into any of the little bits and pieces that we might need to break down even further. And then any of the body flow as well, because there's a lot of space in this twin flow for you to activate body movement and sensation. So we start with the hoops down behind. If you're coming along with me, then you can follow through. If there are any parts that you kind of need to stop or you mess up, no stress. I totally messed this up 100 times before I shot it for Instagram, and I made it up really quickly, so it's all good. It's not about perfection. It's about learning and growing and flowing through these new sensations. So we start with the hoops down kind of behind us, and they're just resting there. And for me, I'm dominant on my right side, so I go with my right first because that's going to be the hand that does the roll, but that means that the left hand catches. So you're going to be doing some playtime with this one. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm kind of like, yeah, I did it to a really slow, sexy song. So I was like, yeah, I'm just being all shy. But suddenly I am straightening my left arm and I'm going to take my thumb up towards the sky and then take that hoop and scrape it down behind my left shoulder blade. And as it comes behind me, instead of just keeping that grip, what I want to do is open up my hand and reach my arm out so that now the hoop is down behind and my palm is up, because I want to be able to do a chest roll here. Okay, so now it's out at chest roll height, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend at the elbow and roll it along until it comes and reaches my left side, or for you it might be your right side. And you want to have your palm up on the inside of that opposite hoop, and then as the top hoop reaches, you're going to grab and squeeze together. Now my tip is, and this will all happen so fast, so it might not be automatic, but you will get there, is that you want to have one hoop a little bit beside the other, rather than the hoops trying to squish each other or have this big gap. So, and the way that you'll do that is it will just roll beside, and then you'll really squeeze those hoops together. Now, sometimes this is going to happen, so it's totally okay to hold the hoop and bring it over with you. And this is where you can like really bring in some dance movement. So if this is like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on, just grab the outside of the hoop and bring it to you, okay? So now you're framing yourself with the top hoop right there. And we want to bring this guy all the way around to the other side, because again, right hand dominant. If you were doing it in the opposite direction, you'd be going over. So what I did was, I'm trying to keep myself in the center. Am I doing okay? So I want to keep tension in my arms and a bend in my elbows. And then I want to drive so that my hands are now at 6, supporting the hoop, and at 12. And at this point, I'm like, oh man, this top one's going to fall. So I put thumbs and pointer fingers together, and then I swap over and reposition. So now my right hand is driving the hoop down, and my left hand is supporting. And when I come 2, 3, and 9, I'm like, phew, thank goodness for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to now it's my right hoop and my right hand should be at the front. If it's not, this might be a little bit challenging, but just see how you go. You're going to swing it forward and shut the door. Now, ultimately, you want them to be together, but sometimes they're going to be a little bit wobbly. The way to keep them together is to kind of keep a tight grip, but when you're practicing, that might not happen. All right, and then what I want to do is kind of this like diagonal drop. So I'm going to let go of the front hoop with my left hand, and I'm simply going to stick my thumb in and let the front hoop drop out and then catch. Okay, so it comes in, thumb, out, and catch. And now I'm here again open, it's my right hand. I'm going to close them back together again. All right, so it was close, thumb, close. How does that feel? Now we're going to do a 2-hoop reverse escalator step through. Woo! I don't know if I've actually done a tutorial on this. I put it on YouTube, Instagram a long time ago. So here we go. Here's what happens. We take both of the hoops back and around. We let go of the bottom one, do a hip hop, reverse escalator. Please don't stress out because I will do this again. And the leg that comes up for the hip hop, we take the second hoop over it to catch the top hoop. And sometimes if it's sliding down, if you've got slippery pants like me, you can hold this other hoop and you're going to step through with both legs. And now I like to have it so that my wrists are together because this allows it to be quite easy for me. I'm inside both hoops, but they're a little bit like vesica shape. I'm going to fold them off and they're going to feel like they're kind of, tangled together, but I pull them apart. Okay, so now I've got this first position for the chaser. And we did that in a recent tutorial, but I'm going around to the left side. So my top hoop, I've got wrist to wrist. My top hoop does thumb, forefinger, and we go down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. My left hand is going to do a thumb, forefinger on the next round, and I bring my right wrist up in front, and my left is kind of going behind. Now, my right hoop is going to come up and on. So now I'm in my right hoop. And my left hoop, my hand is on the outside grip. It's going to pull up through this bottom hoop and fold on. So now I've kind of got, this is a little bit challenging. If your top hoop feels like it's going to fall, then bend your elbow out and you can stabilize it there. So you're here. I think in the initial video, I went all the way down to my knees. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. But if you do a turn, you can get this kind of cool isolation effect. Now we want to go back, and I'll break all this down again, back, behind us. And what is the top hoop will become the back hoop, and the back hoop will go through the front hoop. So now, ta-da, they're apart from each other. Cool transition that I learned from Emma Kenner when I was in Bali once. So from here, we're going to drive down, and we linear isolation both out and catch. Then we swing in front, behind, in front. So we're kind of doing this long arms, and we let the hoops swing in front and behind, in front. The next time they come in front, you will notice that your thumbs are on the inside. You can do a thumb forefinger with both hoops. And now, phew, the hard part is over. Because now you're in this first position again, where we started. Hands on the outside. Don't stress if you're like, lady, you're just going too fast for me. It's all good. You'll come back to this one day and I'll be going too slow for you. So from here, I imagine that the bottom of my hoops that are touching the earth have like chalk or paint or something, and I want to paint these two beautiful big half circles, draw in. My hands are on the top, my wrists are towards me, and I draw up so I can look through the center of the vesica where the two hoops connect. I'm going to drive pinkies leading down, down, down. Switch on those biceps all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. When I get to about 6 o'clock, sometimes it doesn't, but about 6 o'clock, the tops of my hoops are going to fold forward. Ta-da, you can walk, you can do whatever you like. And then I'm going up to about chest height, and I'm going to do a twin, single-handed helicopter. Is that what it's called? That's what it is now. 2 flourishes and catch. What? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's okay. All right. And then we're like, no, I can do whatever I want because I just wowed the crowd, and yeah. All right, so do you want to break it down again? Sure you do. There are some bits in there that you're going to, fumble over. It's okay. So do I. And this flow session feels really natural to me, and I still fumble over them. So it's all good. It's all good. You're going to be celebrating when it feels really good and other moves come in. You're like, yeah, I know how to do that. Remember, the essence of this flow is that the transitions are really going to help you to unlock some other stuff. So do you want to flow through it again? Actually, I'm going to go this way this time. Okay, ready? So just being sassy, right thumb to left shoulder, open out, palm up, right to left, catch. Notice how I'm doing that so that the hoop doesn't run away. You'll get better at that. And it's chest roll. And then draw this top hoop to center frame. Isolate, change hands, isolate, shut the door, drop down thumb, circle out, shut the door, reverse escalator, twin reverse escalator, back and step through. If you need to hold, that's totally fine. Reposition your grip so your wrists are together. Take the hoop off, turn if you need. Turning's a really great way if you're like, my hoops are stuck. Just turn in a circle. Top hand, thumb, forefinger, right, left, right, left. Next time the left hand is down, I do a thumb, forefinger. Left goes behind, right goes in front. Right comes up and down. Left comes through and over. Bend the elbow if you need some support. Turn and turn and turn and turn and turn. And then back hoop, front hoop. Back hoop comes through. Ta-da! Roll the pinkies, isolate down towards the hips so the elbows stay in close. Push out and squeeze. Thumbs towards the floor. Front plane, back plane, front plane, back plane. The next time it's in the front plane, thumb, forefingers, hands on top. Big circles. Vesica up to the face. Drive on the outside down. Fold the hoops. Bring them up as an offering, and thumbs twist in towards the center as we flourish, flourish, catch. Now that flourish, flourish, catch, new name for that trick, flourish, flourish, catch, does not have to be fast. It can be really slow. And what is happening is you're turning your hands, so you're from here, you're like, here is my most amazing sacred geometry. You want to check it out? And then you're like, nah. So what you do is you're going to have palms up and you fold over and catch. Do you want to see? So thumbs towards each other, catch. Thumbs towards each other, catch. Let the hoops roll over your hands. And it's okay, unless you're really skilled at this, unless this is just like, yeah, no worries. It's okay to curl the hands around. You want to keep connection, the hoops on the hands. If you're doing it really too fast and crazy and you're pushing out, the hoops are going to go away. You can be really gentle. All right, one thing that I thought might be a little bit challenging there is the twin reverse escalator. So I want to break that down a little bit more for you, and then we'll flow it through again. So keep watching, keep playing, don't give up, practice any of the bits and pieces. All right, you ready? So we have 2 hoops, and they're together, and we take those 2 hoops behind us and they wrap in our hands, and this can be the confusing bit. But the hoop that is closest to you is going to drop down, and you're going to catch it with your opposite leg. At that point, the hoop that you didn't let go of is going to come over that leg, and you step down, and you don't have to hold it in motion. You can actually keep it up, but see how you go for now. You step through the cusp, you bring the other foot through. I trip over this all the time. You step through, and then you're like, phew, I did it. Then you replace the hand so the wrist is towards wrist. You take the hoops off your body. They were on, you want them off, and they're apart. And then you can move in to the chaser. If the chaser is just like not happening for you today, here's an alternative. Once you come down and on, step through and off. If you're like, no chaser for me today, hands out, thumbs up, around and around and around and around. Still can do it. Wrist up at the front. Up, down, over, on. Exactly the same. There is variation no matter what. You can make up your own variations. All right. How are you feeling? How are your hands? How are the calluses? You're doing good. If you wear rings, forget it. Twin hoops are so painful. Let's try it again. Yeah, let's roll it through. Maybe, should I talk it through? I'll talk it through. We might put some tunes on, but I'll talk it through. Let's go. Over the top and out, open the chest. Roll, catch. Bring it back in. Isolate the frame hoop halfway over. Shut the door, drop it out, shut the door. Behind the back, one closest to your body drops onto the hip. Bring it up, get through that center. Wrists together, over and out. Chaser if you wish, or arms out to the side. One goes at the front. For me, it's the right. One goes at the back. The one at the front comes up and down. One at the bottom comes up and over. Isolate, isolate, or spin. Spin and look cool. Then, back one comes through. Isolate, down. Show those wings, pop out and catch in front. Behind, thumb, forefinger, down to the ground. Big circles. Come up, look at me. Drive, 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 and down. Raise, flourish, flourish, and catch. Yeah. How does it feel? Do you want me to flow it through another time? I'm not going to talk it through this time. I'll just try to do it as slow-mo as I can. From the back, enjoy, don't go anywhere. Keep practicing, keep practicing. This is probably only the 4th time you've done it. So try it about 11 times. Good number. All right. You ready? Okay, how did you go? I know it's a lot, and if it feels just too overwhelming, here's something that you can do. Pick a piece and work on that. Put it into your own flow, and then come back to this tutorial time and time again. Pick another piece, pick another piece, pick another piece, and work them in. You might transform them into something that's your own, or you might like to follow along with this one. Whatever you do, make sure that you give yourself time to play and to practice, and just be really kind to yourself no matter what. If it falls, if it drops, turn it into a dance. Enjoy it all. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, let me know down below. If you have any questions, also let me know down below. Go and see the original over on @DeanneLoveXO on Instagram. Can't wait to see your version. Big hoop love from me to you always. Mwah.